Okay, I'd like to address some of the questions that I very commonly receive from students and divers alike, and perhaps share with you some of the answers that you may find particularly interesting. Okay, one of the questions that is asked very commonly is, on a recreational dive that is within NDL, will I die if I miss the safety stop? Well, you won't die because you are within NDL. The purpose of the safety stop is for you to have a speed bump to reorganize your team, or to check for traffic overhead, or to perform some tasks like deploying your SMB. When I say you won't die, this is particularly true if you are within NDL and if you are on the first dive. A lot of people forget that there is residual nitrogen in your body after every dive. A safety stop is not really for your first dive, it is more for your next dive, because without a way for you to minimize the amount of gas or micro bubbles or any grade of bubbles in your body, you are going to carry forward into the next dive and into the next dive, and so on and so forth. So it becomes a problem eventually, because the effects are accumulative. I would prefer that a diver not try to use the word an undeserved hit if he gets DCS, because a lot of times it is really down to bad practices. For example, divers that shoot up immediately after a 5 meter 3 minute safety stop. I consider that a very bad practice. So in short, a safety stop is like a speed hump, and it also helps in preventing any decompression incidences for the next dive or any subsequent dives. It helps in reducing residual nitrogen in your body. But of course, there are other aspects of decompression and off-gassing that I will not go into detail here, like dissolved gases and microbubbles. Okay, now for next question, why do I always have water in my BC? Well, that's a very interesting question. It's very common to have water in your BC, but how much? So that is the question. Why do you have water in your BC? Now, if you open an empty bottle underwater, you'll find gases escaping from the bottle. But in exchange, water will also go in. So the bottle itself will be filled with water after all the air has escaped. So likewise, if you have a lot of water in your wing or your BC, that means that you have been using this overpressure valve or this dump valve very, very often during the dive. So you're continuously injecting gas into your wing, and you are releasing gas on a very regular basis. So you're always in the process of correcting, overcorrecting, undercorrecting. So when that happens, your wing will gradually fill with water. So what happens when your wing starts filling up with water and you do not know how to purge that water from your wing? Well, your lift capacity will definitely be reduced or affected, and that becomes a potential safety issue. So every time I see a diver coming out from the dive, regardless of what level they are, and they are emptying their wing or their BC, and a waterfall of water starts gushing out, it only tells me that this diver is spending a lot of time underwater trying to adjust his buoyancy with his wing alone. And essentially all that tells me is that he just needs a lot more training in buoyancy control. So with that, I want to wish one and all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.